Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at rare and valuable coins from the United Kingdom. These coins may look simple, but some are worth a lot of money because of their history and special details. You might even have one of them at home without knowing it. Make sure to watch until the end so you don't miss any important information about these rare coins and their real value. Alright, let's get started. First up, let's talk about the 1976 50 new pence coin. This coin is worth around $1,200 today, which might surprise you. You wouldn't expect a 50p coin from 1976 to be worth that much, right? But there's a reason it's so valuable. The value comes from a small mistake that was made during its design. This coin was part of a special series to mark the Queen's 25th year on the throne. The idea was to celebrate her reign with a unique design. But during the process, the reverse side of the coin, the side that shows the denomination, was printed with the wrong design. It was a design that was actually meant for a different coin. This error, even though it's small, makes this coin special and very sought after by collectors. Because of the mistake in the design, the 1976 50 new pence coin is rare. Even though you might still find some of these coins in circulation today, those that are in good condition can sell for a high price. If you happen to come across one of these coins in excellent shape, it could be worth between $1,000 to $1,200 at an auction right now. In fact, some collectors are willing to pay even more, depending on how rare and well-preserved the coin is. This mistake made the coin a must-have for serious coin collectors. The 1976 50p coin is an example of how a tiny error can make a coin extremely valuable. Usually, when coins are minted, they follow a very strict process to make sure everything is exactly as it should be. But sometimes, things go wrong, and those mistakes can turn a regular coin into something much more valuable. This is exactly what happened with the 1976 50p coin. Although most of these coins were made correctly, the ones with the design error stand out as much rarer. Many collectors look for these errors because they add something unique to their collections. Imagine having a coin that wasn't supposed to exist, or one that only a few people in the world have. This is why the 1976 50p coin is so appealing. Even though it was only a small error, it's enough to make the coin very valuable today. So, if you're someone who likes to collect coins, or if you have a bunch of old coins lying around, it's worth checking to see if you have any of these 1976 50p coins with the design mistake. Even if you don't find the error version, don't worry. The regular 1976 50p coin can still have some value too, though not as much as the error coin. If you do find one with the mistake, though, you could end up with a much higher price when it's sold or auctioned. Just make sure you know how to tell the difference between the regular and the rare version. Sometimes, a small detail can make a huge difference in how much the coin is worth. The 1976 50 new pence coin also tells us a lot about how collectors value mistakes in coins. While most people might just see it as an error, collectors see it as a rare opportunity to own a piece of history. It's interesting how something like a printing mistake can turn a regular coin into a piece of art that people are willing to pay a lot for. It shows how much people are willing to pay for something that's different or unique. And don't forget, the condition of the coin matters too. Coins that have been well taken care of and kept in good condition are worth a lot more. This is especially true for rare coins like the 1976 50 new pence. If it's in near mint condition, collectors might be even more interested in buying it. So, if you find one, keep it in good shape. Coins like the 1976 50 new pence teach us that rarity, history, and sometimes even mistakes can make a coin incredibly valuable. If you have one in your collection, you might be sitting on a small treasure. The value can vary, depending on the coin's condition and how many people are looking for it at the time. But one thing is for sure, this coin is much more valuable than what you might expect from a regular 50p coin. So, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you might come across one of these rare coins. If you do find one, and it's in good condition, you could be looking at a payout of over $1,000. That's not bad for a 50p piece, right? Next up, we look at the 1948 Great Britain 1 shilling coin with the portrait of King George VI. This coin today can be worth around $2,000, and in some cases even more, depending on the condition. Many people are surprised to hear that a small silver-colored coin from 1948 can be so valuable, but the value comes from a mix of age, history, and rarity. This coin is not just old, it holds a special place in the history of British money, and that is one reason collectors look for it. The 1948 1 shilling coin was made shortly after the end of World War II. Britain was still recovering, and the country was slowly rebuilding. At that time, coins did not have the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II yet, because she did not become queen until 1952. The coin still showed her father, King George VI. Because 1948 was one of the years with a much lower mintage, not many of these coins were produced compared to other years. When fewer coins are made, it creates natural rarity. Over time, coins get lost, damaged, or melted, which means the number of surviving coins gets even smaller. This is one of the reasons the 1948 shilling is so hard to find today. The design of the coin also makes it special. On one side, you see the portrait of King George VI. On the other side, the classic image changes depending on the version, but you often see symbols that represent the United Kingdom, like the thistle for Scotland or the lion standing tall. These designs represent strength and unity. Many collectors love the older designs because they show the art style of that time. Older coins often have more detailed artwork, and that adds extra value for people who love coin history. Even though the design itself is important, the real value comes from how few of these coins remain in good condition. Many of the coins that were made in 1948 were used for many years. They were carried in pockets, used in shops, and passed from person to person. This means most of them show heavy wear. Coins with scratches, dents, faded details, or marks are worth much less. But if you find a 1948 shilling with clear, sharp details, no major damage, and good shine, the value can jump quickly. That is why some versions of this coin can sell for $1 to $20 for a worn example, but coins in much better condition can reach hundreds of dollars. The highest value, close to $2,000, is for coins in excellent, almost untouched condition. Some collectors also look for small differences in coins, like minor changes in the lettering, spacing, or shape of the crown. These small changes sometimes happen because coins were made using different dies or different factories. While these small differences are not always big enough to be called errors, they still make certain coins harder to find. And when something is harder to find, the value can go up. Over time, more and more collectors have become interested in this coin, and that rising interest also helps raise the price. Another reason why the 1948 1 shilling coin is valuable is that it comes from a time when the metal content of coins was changing. Before 1947, many British coins contained real silver. But after the war, the government stopped using silver in the coins to save money. The 1948 shilling does not contain silver, but because it comes right after that change, it is part of a very important moment in coin history. Anything connected to a big change like that becomes more popular for collectors. If you happen to find this coin at home, in an old drawer, or in a family collection, it is worth taking a close look at it. Check the date carefully. Check the condition. Look at the details on the king's portrait and the symbols on the back. Even a coin in rough shape can sell for a small amount, but a coin in very good condition can bring in much more money. So many people have these old shilling coins but never bother to check them. Some even think they are only worth face value. But the truth is, the 1948 King George VI shilling is one of the more valuable British coins from that time. Prices can go from just $1 for damaged coins all the way up to around $2,000 for top-grade coins with sharp detail and no wear. Condition is everything with this coin, and collectors pay the highest prices for coins that look almost new. Next we look at the 1968 UK Great Britain 10 new pence coin, which today can be worth around $2,050 for rare versions, especially those with errors or very early strikes. At first glance, this coin looks very normal. It is silver-colored, round, and has the numbered 10 but with the crowned lion on the back. But even simple coins can become valuable when they come from an important time in history, and the 1968 10 new pence is a perfect example of that. Many people do not know that this coin marks a major change in the British money system, and that change is one reason it has become so interesting to collectors. The year 1968 was the start of the United Kingdom's switch from the old money system to the decimal system. Before decimal coins arrived, the UK used shillings, florins, half-crowns, and other coins that were confusing for many people, especially young learners and people visiting the country. But in 1968, the idea of a new, simpler money system was put into action. To prepare everyone for the big switch, the first decimal coins, including the 10 new pence, were released early. This means that the 1968 10p coin is one of the first decimal coins Britain ever made, which already gives it historical importance. While most of these coins are common and not too valuable, a small number of them are worth a lot more. The high value comes mainly from mint errors, early test strikes, and coins that were made using different dies. Some of these early coins show slight differences in the shape of the lion, the thickness of the lettering, or the spacing around the edges. These small changes were not made on purpose. They happened while the Royal Mint was testing the new decimal production process. Because only a small number of these early or error coins exist, they became rare over time. Collectors especially search for coins where the lion's face, legs, or crown look slightly different from the later standard version. On some coins, the details are sharper or deeper, and on others, the details look lighter or too smooth. These differences are signs that the coin was made using a different die or during the early minting period. For a regular person, these changes might be hard to notice. But for a collector, these small details can increase the value by hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another reason the 1968 10 new pence coin can reach such high prices is because it is the first year of issue. First-year coins are always popular because they mark the beginning of something new. In this case, the 10 new pence coin marked the beginning of the UK's modern money system. Many collectors feel that owning a coin from the very first decimal year is like holding a major piece of money history in their hands. Condition also plays a huge part in the value. Most 1968 10p coins you find today will be scratched, worn down, or marked from years of use. These coins usually sell for very low prices, often only a few dollars. But coins that were never used, or coins that were kept safe in collector's sets, can look almost brand new. These high-grade coins have clear details, smooth surfaces, and no major marks. Coins in this condition can sell for tens, hundreds, or thousands of dollars, depending on the type of error or mint difference they have. Some collectors also hunt for proof versions of the early decimal coins. These proofs were not made for everyday use but were created for collectors and presentation sets. Proof coins have a shiny, mirror-like finish with very sharp details. Proof versions from 1968 can be worth much more if they are rare or come from an original set. People who collected these proof coins in 1968 may still have them stored away, not knowing their value today. Another important note is that many people mix up regular 10p coins with the rare ones without checking small details. But the value comes from spotting the rare die varieties or minting mistakes. That is why collectors often use magnifying tools to inspect the lion, the crown, the edge spacing, and the lettering. If you happen to find a 1968 10p coin at home, it is worth taking a careful look. Even coins that look normal might have a difference that makes them valuable. Prices for this coin can range from $1 for common worn coins, to $20 to $50 for nicer ones, to hundreds or thousands for rare error coins or early test strikes. The highest recorded examples can reach up to around $2,050 when the coin is in top condition and has a rare feature that collectors want. Now we look at the 1970 UK British 5 new pence coin, which can be worth up to $1,000 today for rare versions or coins with special minting errors. At first, this coin may look like a very normal small silver-colored piece, and many people still believe all 5p coins are common and low in value. But the 1975 new pence stands out because it was made during an important time in British coin history, and some special versions are very rare. Many people who collect British coins consider 1970 a key year, which is why this small coin has become popular and can sell for high prices depending on its condition and type. The 1975 new pence coin is one of the last coins made before the full decimal change happened in 1971. Even though the decimal coins were introduced early, the full changeover had not yet happened. Coins like the 5 new pence were being prepared and minted in advance, and the 1970 issue was made mostly for collectors and special proof sets. These sets were not released into everyday circulation, which means many of the coins from 1970 were never used at all. Because they were made for sets and not for spending, they were given a higher quality finish. Many of these coins have smooth, shiny surfaces and strong details. Coins like these are called proofs, and they are always more valuable than regular used coins. However, the most important reason the 1975 new Pence coin can reach $1,000 is because of rare minting errors. A few of the coins from 1970 were struck using slightly different dies or were pressed incorrectly. Some coins came out smaller than normal, some have misaligned edges, and some show slight differences in the design of the thistle or the lettering. These mistakes were never meant to happen, and only a small number of error coins were ever made. Over time, collectors discovered them, and once people realized they were rare, the value went up quickly. Today, these error coins are the most valuable versions of the 1975p coin. Another detail that makes this coin interesting is the design. On one side you see Queen Elizabeth II and on the other side you see the crown thistle which represents Scotland. The design is simple but clean and proof versions show every detail very clearly. Collectors often enjoy simple but sharp designs because they show the minting skill of that time. Since the 1975p coins were made with care for sets, many of them look much better than normal circulated coins from other years. The condition of the coin plays a huge part in how much it is worth. A regular worn 1975p coin, if found, will only sell for a few dollars. But a proof coin in very good condition can sell for much more. And if it has a rare mint error, the price can reach hundreds or even up to $1,000. This is why people who own proof sets from 1970 often check their coins closely. They might not know they have a valuable coin sitting in a drawer or a box. Many families kept these sets as gifts or souvenirs and some never opened them, which means the coins inside stayed almost perfect. Collectors also pay attention to detail differences such as the size of the lettering, the thickness of the rim or the shape of the thistle crown. Tiny changes like these help identify special versions of the 1975p coin. Most people do not notice these changes unless they look carefully. But for collectors, small differences can make a huge difference in value. A coin that looks normal to the average person might be rare to someone who knows what to look for. Another thing that increases the value is how many coins survive today. Because the 1975 new Pence coins were mostly produced for sets, fewer individual coins are available on the market. When fewer coins exist, the value goes up. Over time, some proof sets were lost, damaged, or broken apart, so the number of high-quality coins decreased even more. As collectors search for better and rarer examples, the competition increases, and that pushes the price higher. Some versions of the 1975p can sell for $1 to $20 for normal examples, higher amounts for clean proof coins, and much higher amounts for rare error versions. Coins that have sharper detail, clean edges, and strong surfaces always sell for the highest prices. If someone finds a coin that came from a proof set but also has an error, that coin may reach the top value range of around $1,000. So, there you have it, for rare and valuable coins from the United Kingdom that could be worth big money today. These coins show how small design details, special minting years, and condition can turn simple coins into something much more valuable. If you own any of these coins or find them in a shop or market, you might be looking at a real treasure. Thanks for watching, and if this video helped you, please like and subscribe for more easy coin tips. Until next time, happy collecting. Catch you in the next video. Bye.